Good morning, students. So today we are going to start new chapter, that is chapter 4, Quadratic Equations. So some important concept we should remember about quadratic equation. So first of all, number 1. What is the standard form of quadratic equation? That standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So it is the standard form of quadratic equation. So next is, what does it mean by roots of a quadratic equation? So this quadratic equation has variable is x, and that highest power of the variable is 2. So this quadratic equation has 2 roots. How many roots? 2 roots. So that quadratic equation has 2 roots. That means that number of value of the variables are 2. Value of the variables are 2 by which that quadratic equation, this quadratic equation will be satisfied. Satisfied means when you put the value of the variables in left hand side, that means left hand side is equal to right hand side. It is called satisfied. That means when you put that particular value of x on the left side, then it is equal to right side. So what does it mean by value? What does it mean by roots of the quadratic equation? Written the values of the variable, comma, by which the equation is satisfied are called roots of the quadratic equation. That means this quadratic equation, highest power of the variable is 2, so it has 2 values. Maximum 2 values is possible for the variable by which left hand side is equal to right hand side. That means satisfied. That means you have to put that 2 particular value on the left side to get right side. Then that particular 2 values are called roots of the quadratic equation. Next is, a quadratic equation have 2 roots only. Okay, the next is what are the nature of roots? Nature of roots, that means roots may be real number, roots may be imaginary number. Okay, so in general mathematics we have to check for real roots only, not for imaginary roots. So there is some criterion condition. Number 1, if the discriminant d is bigger than 0, then the roots are real and unequal. If the discriminant d is bigger than 0, then the roots are real and unequal. If the discriminant d is equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal. If the discriminant d is less than 0, then there is no real roots. That means no real roots are exist. Means what? There is a imaginary roots. Some imaginary number are there. Imaginary roots are there. Okay? If d value less than 0. So first of all we should know about d value bigger than 0. Bigger than 0 means d value positive. D value positive integer. Positive number. Okay? D value equal to 0. That means that discriminant value is equal to 0. Then roots are real and equal. D value less than 0 means negative number. Okay? So now next is what does it mean by discriminant? Discriminant means it is an expression. Discriminant is a expression on the basis of coefficients, of a quadratic equation. So here you see what are the coefficient here? A, B, C. These all are the coefficient in this quadratic equation. So on the basis of A, B, C, there is one expression. It is called discriminant. That is b square minus 4ac. It is called discriminant. If discriminant value is bigger than 0, roots are real and unequal. Discriminant value equal to 0, roots are real and equal. Discriminant value less than 0 means negative number. Then there is no real roots. Okay, so how you will get this value? B square minus 4ac value, how you will get? That means whatever equation there is given, suppose one equation like this, suppose x square minus 2x plus 1. It is one equation, suppose it is one equation, quadratic equation. So here a value is 1, b value is minus 2, a value is 1, b value is minus 2 and c value is plus 1. Okay, a value 1, b value minus 2, c value plus 1. So these are the coefficients. This value just you put here, in the place of b you put minus 2, in the place of a you put plus 1, in the place of c you put plus 1. Then by the calculation, if you will get bigger than 0, then roots of this equation are real and unequal. If you will get equal to 0, then roots are real and equal. If you will get less than 0, that means this value is suppose negative number. This value is suppose negative number, then it is less than 0. If less than 0, then no real roots are exist. Means what? Imaginary roots are exist. So we have to just see the nature of the roots only for real number only in general mathematics. And who are the advanced mathematics students? They have to check for imaginary number also. That means there is some this criteria is there in advanced maths to check the roots as imaginary number. Now we should know about the quadratic formula. So what is the use of quadratic formula? So we have to use this formula to get the roots of a quadratic equation. We have to use this formula to get the roots of a quadratic equation. Okay, so here variable is what? X. Variable is x. Roots means value of the variable by which the equation, the quadratic equation will be satisfied. So value of the variable, that means x, we have written x. So x equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by twice. It is called quadratic formula by which we will get the roots of the quadratic equation, where b square minus 4ac is called discriminant. So finally there is written discriminant means what? Discriminant means this one is just a relation, just a one expression on the basis of coefficients of the quadratic equation, and that coefficient are what? A, B, C. A is the coefficient of x square, B is the coefficient of x, and C is the constant term. That means constant term. This one is constant term C. That means one thing you see. So this one you see, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So these two are called variable terms. These two are called variable terms. Variable terms. Okay, and this one is called constant terms. Constant terms. Constant terms. That means suppose if you put x value 1, 3 terms are there, ax square, bx and c. If you put x value 1, if you put x value, suppose 1 putting, then this term value is what? This term value is what? A, and this one is what? B, this one is what? C. Okay. If x value 2, then this one is what? 2 square equal to 4. That means 4a will get. This one is what? 2x, and this one again it is c. Why c? Why this one same? We have to see that one. Why this one is same? Because here x power is 2, here x power is 1, and here c into 1. 1 means x to the power 0. So here putting x value 1. So 1 is square like this. Here 1 and here 1 to the power 0. Here x value is what? X value is here 2, that means 2 square. 2 square equal to 4. 4 into a 4a. Here x value is what? B into x value is 2. So 2 into b twice b. And here you see x value 2 to the power 0. That means when you change the value of the variable, then this value also change. But here we are getting like this: 1 to the power 0, 2 to the power 0, 3 to the power 0, 4 to the power 0, like this. But all the either it is 1 to the power 0, 2 to the power 0, 4 to the power 0, but all are equal to 1. So these all the values are equal to 1. So this one is fixed. This term value is fixed. C like that you will get. So this term is called constant term, and rest two terms ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, these two are called variable terms, because when you change the value of x, then and then the term value will be changed. Term value will be changed means this one is the variable terms. That is the meaning. There we are putting that c value. C value is the constant term. C is the coefficient of, this one is the coefficient. A is the coefficient of x square. B is the coefficient of x to the power 1, and C is the coefficient of x to the power 0. So C we have to put here to get the roots of the equation. So today this much.